Tom, hey, Tim, it's so good to see you, man.
Good to see you too,
Phil.
Michael.
You know what? I need to kind of twist your financial brain, this wizardry, to get going. I've got some real financial things that I'm looking at that I'm trying to work my way through here, and if I could get your advice, it would really,
I'll be around.
really help me if you don't mind.
You betcha.
Thank you, Mike.
Always.
Did you hear what I just heard?
I don't know. I wasn't eavesdropping.
No, neither was I. But did you just hear Tim talk about having to make a financial decision soon? I'll tell you what, maybe the rumors are true.
I don't know. I wasn't eavesdropping or spreading gossip.
If the rumors are true, then it's not gossip, okay?
Here's your latte. And what rumors are true? Wait, not the one about how Tim's supposed to be in the mafia.
I heard he was in the mob.
Look, he would have to be Italian to be in the mafia, and he's way too pale to be Italian, okay? So he's not that. Besides, I heard he was some secret government agent. Those aren't the rumors I'm talking about. I'm talking about the big rumor. Tim's losing the cafe.
Get out of here!
No way!
Yep, that's true.
I don't believe that.
No way.
Absolutely.
He's losing it.
If you would just listen to what these people are talking about and what Tim is talking about, you would all be so common sense to you. You would understand it. You have to listen, okay? You have to pay attention.
I listen to all the customers' conversations. I've never heard
Well,
that
have
one.
you not listened to Tim, what he's talking about?
Okay.
I'm not
I can go
eavesdropping.
over there and check.
No, I'm telling you, it's true. Mail time, mail time. It's so fun. Although we get inundated with so much mail, we see it left and right, email, voicemail, coming soon. So many ways to get in touch with us. But Tim, what do you have? You have something from somebody, right?
You know, it's
important.
Yes, it is. George wrote in. He went to our website at hisplace.tv, and he said, he gave these words. He said, listen, wow, I missed the last few shows. I really need to catch up. Thank goodness they're available online. Sometimes folks don't realize that. They can go online and watch a show. If they missed it, you can go online. You want to find out more interesting things, and you know what? Reservations. If you want to tell us over the internet how well we're doing, if you want to show up here and we'll give you a cup of coffee, and you can tell us how to do it. But go to hisplace.tv for reservations.
Hisplace.tv. Be there.
Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead and I get the mocha light on the muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there's some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month.
Listen, you guys have to stop spreading rumors and believing all this hype. This is common sense. Why do you think Tim has been making all these phone calls and calling in favors? It's because he's losing the cafe.
See, calling him favors, that means he is a member of the mob.
I don't care who he's calling. This isn't fair. How come this has to happen as soon as I get back from summer vacation? I mean, what am I going to do?
Well, what about me? I got a daughter who's going to college. I mean, I need, how am I going to support her? I mean, I can't afford to lose one customer.
People, have no fear. Phil is here. No, I'm serious. I'm here. I've got this all handled, okay?
Okay, my dad's an accountant, so I understand some of this stuff.
Yeah.
You have to have money to lend it.
Yeah, she's right. I mean, besides, don't you owe, like, the IRS, like, a buku amount of money?
You guys are missing the point, okay? I have this all figured out, so nobody has to worry about anything, all right?
No, I mean, worry more. I mean, what am I going to do? You know, I got to go figure out how I'm going to get more customers.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to start looking in the Help Wanted ads.
Come on, let's
I
go.
can't believe I just said that.
I can't either. Look, guys, stop worrying, all right? I've got this handled.
Why were people surprised with the collapse of a year or so ago?
Yeah. Well, a lot of it is that people just don't think that it can happen again, you know, and there's this old, we get very comfortable in everything that we're doing, and we just sort of cruise along, and we ignore all the real signs of what's going on. You know, that old saying about when it's too good to be true?
It probably is.
Boy, does it really play out.
Michael,
It really does.
I know a couple of years ago last year, the sentiment was if you had discretionary income, the best investment of all, pay down the credit cards, because that's nothing's going to pay that kind of dividend for you. Is that still the case?
For many people it is. What's happened is a lot of folks use this. You roll from one card to another trying to take advantage of different rates, and unfortunately they got themselves in a box because they changed the rules on you, and now you've got a multiple group of credit cards. So it still makes a lot of sense to use 2% money to pay down 14 and 50% money, but there's also a lot of other opportunities out there if a person has cash resources right now.
What would some of those
Well,
be?
real estate is a great example. Now, one of my concerns with real estate would be is that liquidity. So we don't start with real estate. We need to still have 2 or 3 months of extra money set aside in an account so that if something, you know, the car breaks down, I don't have to sell my land, you know. But, you know, a lot of people don't do that. They jump right straight to, should I buy gold? Should I buy a tract of land? And should I do this and should I do that? But I say, you know, if your car breaks down, what are you going to do? I'm 60 years old. I have children and grandchildren. And let's face it, my kids might need some money on short notice for a short period of time. You don't want to liquidate an asset, and real estate's the last thing that you would want to. That said, we have really seen a tremendous drop in value of real estate. And it's a tremendous, I believe that if a person knows what they're doing, they do their homework, they do it right, they'll make decisions today that 10 years from now, they're going to be mighty happy that they made.
Some good basic principles, I think, with anything is just not overextending.
Yeah.
But that's not really so much of a problem right now with the economy being slow. People have money.
People are really pulling back.
But we're just scared.
We have a huge lack of confidence, and it really comes from a lot of things. Leadership in our country, big gap there. I think all of us are a little bit shaken by what's going on in Washington. We're really concerned about it. But then we're worried about our jobs. And while I might have a great job, I see my neighbor lose his job, or I'm aware of my son's a master plumber, and 6 months, 8 months he's working like crazy, and then all of a sudden for a month he's out and he's drawing unemployment. And they go from great jobs to nothing. And you don't have to go through that very long before it really gets your attention and makes people really cautious. 70% of the American economy is based upon consumer spending. It counts on us to spend our money. But if I'm scared and don't do it, where's that impetus going to come from the economy? So it's a big problem.
It is. You know, the expression that Carvel coined, it's all about the economy,
Yes,
stupid.
it is.
And it is. It really is, because I don't think there's anything that impacts us, or at least that we acknowledge, like the money. So, but good, sound financial strategies, and I'd put one additional thing in there, biblical strategies are the key.
I often tell people that
So Phil mentioned that he heard about Tim calling in favors. Then he heard him talking about finances. So Phil thinks Tim's still too pale to be in the mafia, but that still doesn't mean he could be in the mob. I wonder how Phil got to be such an expert with all this stuff.
I don't care anything about what Phil said, okay, and how much of an expert he thinks he is. Can you please just get to the point?
Tim is closing the cafe.
What? Closing the cafe? What do you mean he's closing the off? Oh, it figures. It's just when I thought things couldn't get any worse. Now there goes my dreams of being a celebrity chef.
Hey, Sam, you forgot to tell him the best part. Did you tell him who's going to rescue the cafe?
Who? So, someone's going to help us out? Who is it?
Phil.
Phil? You mean Phil? Trouble with the IRS Phil? Phil that owes every vendor in the city Phil? That Phil? Oh, man, just when I thought things couldn't get any worse.
Hey, I smell something burning.
My croissants! Oh, I forgot to put on the timer. No.
Hey, Tim.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good to see you again, Dirk.
Hey, you mind if I sit down and talk to you for a little bit?
Have a seat. You know what? I think I got your favorite drink here.
She knows me very well.
Yeah, they're good. Hey, where's Gigi and the camera crew?
Yeah, about that. I had to fire Gigi. Yeah, it's a long story, but it just really wasn't working out. So, and the camera crew, well, I kind of had to let them go too. I got to be honest, I couldn't raise the funds.
Wow, I mean, that's tough. Your assistant and your crew?
Yeah. I'm not very happy about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but you know, I am pretty impressed. I mean, you seem like you genuinely care for Gigi and the crew, and you know, I'm sorry, but I thought reality TV producers that you guys just kind of, you worked until, you know, it didn't work out anymore, and if it didn't, you just kind of moved on, went on to the next thing, and it really, you know, you seem like you really cared.
Well, I mean, you're partially right about that, but I mean, I had a lot invested in this show.
Yeah, you know what? I've heard you say that a couple of times. You've alluded to that in one way or another, and it seems like we're talking about more than just money here. Is there something you want to talk about?
No, not now. Especially not now that I have to leave town. Yeah, I'm leaving Pittsburgh. Got to.
Aren't you originally from here?
Yeah. Pittsburgh, born and raised. And I got a lot of fond memories of Pittsburgh. Pirates games, Penguins games.
Oh, yeah.
Little Primanti brothers mixed in here and
French
there.
fries over everything.
Oh, yeah. Summers at the Point. It's a lot of good memories.
You still have any family here?
No immediate family. My father, he passed away last year.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and that's actually part of the reason why I wanted to film Perks here. But I had some unfinished business I needed to take care of, and
Were you able to get that business finished?
No, I wasn't. But hey, what can you do, right?
Yeah.
What happened. Look, the show didn't work out. I'm sorry. I wish it would have ended differently, but it didn't. So, Tim, I want to thank you for opening your cafe to us and for always making us feel at home.
Well,
It's been a pleasure.
No problem. I'm glad to do it. Oh, you know what? Can you hold on for a second? Hello, it's Tim. Yeah. Oh, thanks for getting back to me. You know, I need to talk to you about a couple things. I'm wondering if you could still help me out here. Just small coffee, please.
Wait, small coffee? You always get the caramel mocha lead and I get the mocha lot on a muffin. And are you cutting back? You have heart problems?
Nothing like that. I am cutting back, though, because there's some things that I want to do.
Oh, you mean like buy a new car or a big vacation?
No, nothing like that. See, I've started 20 for 20. It's this way that I can reach out around the world through my neighborhood and literally around the world. It's Cornerstone Television's new outreach program where 20 for 20 stands for $20 a month for 20 minutes. Basically, for $20 a month, if I skip a few muffins and a few scones every month, then what I can do is support 20 minutes of Cornerstone Television's broadcast day.
Well, no, they broadcast in my neighborhood, around the country, and around the world, right?
Yeah, well, my $20 is bringing the gospel to my neighborhood as well as around the world, but it's doing more than that. I'm feeding and clothing orphans. I'm also seeing families restored. And you know what? The other night, somebody called, and they were at the end of their rope. Somebody prayed for them. Their life was changed. I like to believe that that was my 20 minutes. That's worth skipping a few muffins a month. Do you know that your morning cup of coffee can help clothe, feed, rescue, and care for the poorest of the poor? I know it may seem hard to believe, but it can happen. His Place and Kiva Han Coffee have joined forces to bring a special blend of coffee that will change the world. Hope Coffee is a direct trade coffee, which means that the families of the people who work hard on the coffee farms receive the funds directly from their harvest. In addition, the profits from Hope Coffee go to help rescue children in impoverished countries and bring the message of God's love to people all around the world. For a limited time, for your gift of $37, we'll send you as our thank you a His Place mug and a 12-ounce bag of Hope Coffee. Together, we're changing the world one life at a time through one cup of coffee at a time. Send your gift today.
Dirt, you're back.
Oh, no, it's not what you think. Remember I said I was going to come back, say goodbye to Tim, thank him. That's why I'm here.
Well, word on the street is you're not the only one who's looking for financial backers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, rumor has it that Tim is declared for bankruptcy, and he has to sell the cafe to pay all his creditors.
What are you talking about?
Yep, that's the case. So, no Perks reality show, no job for me either. My life stinks.
Glad you brought up the biblical aspect about our finances because, the Bible talks about money more than it talks about love.
does.
People don't really get a grasp of that, but money plays such a huge part, and it comes up all the time. People, one of the common questions is, should I tithe on my gross pay or on my net pay?
Right.
Well, I say, first of all, I'm glad to hear you're using the word tithe. Because that we've got a great start. But would you like the Lord to bless you on your gross or on your net? I think it's the best answer I could give somebody.
Good way to
as
say
a
that.
thought about that.
But along with that, as we really seek God first, I think it's a mindset, and in our country we have a tendency. Our mindset is to overextend, to expect things, and frankly, and forgive me, I generally don't compare one generation to another, but I think our parents would have been in a generation going through the Depression that they knew what it was to do without. I think our generation, absolutely,
lose everything.
and our generation has maybe gone the other way. That pendulum has swung the other way, where we have provided maybe too much. Maybe more, or maybe not qualifying it for our children, but just give. And we have a tendency, because of that, I'm not sure that necessarily young people appreciate or get that component of not overextending and not spending money you don't have.
Well, think about when we were a kid, first of all, money really wasn't available. I did not have the jingle in my pocket that young people have today. I'm really pretty astounded by I see people pull out 40, 60, 80 bucks like nothing.
That's right.
And I was picking up nickels up off the street. But the whole process has changed. But we're so possession driven. And we've always been that way. But we've escalated it so much. And we are really obsessed with what we think other people seem to have. And I use that word seem because they generally don't have it. I can take you to houses that are $800,000 homes that have lawn furniture in rooms. They could never, ever put furniture in those. But I've got to have this house. I have to keep up with the Joneses. I have to do, losing sight of the fact that it was never ours in the first place. The Lord entrusted us with the possessions. And when people say, I've never experienced great wealth, I said, well, maybe the Lord's given you a little and you misused it. Why would He give you great sums? But we shouldn't be concerned about that. But until we understand and get comfortable with who the property belongs to in the first place, but our prayer life, our daily routine, so much has to be reflected in our finances. Give me your checkbook for 30 or 60 days, and I'll tell you what matters in your life, what priorities you have, what really goes on. And it's very easy to tell because we speak with our wallet.
The parable of talents, the perfect metaphor, and to the one who had taken the little, the master was so pleased.
Yes, he was.
And you've used and you've taken this little now, and you've proven that you can utilize this. Now I'm going to bless you to oversee it all.
I remember one of the church projects we had once. We gave everyone in the congregation a $20 bill and said, bring it back in 60 days and let's see what you did with it. We had people grow gardens and sell their vegetables. We had people build a miniature golf carts in their yard. We had people buy thread and made a quilt. We had people that put it in the bank and brought back $21. But that's what you wanted to happen, because the pastor could then take those experiences and share them with the congregation, and it touches exactly on this entire concept. What do we do with that money? It really was a great learning experience.
It sure is. And when we're willing to give back to God what is His in the first place, we're going to be blessed.
And people have to go through that process, have to experience it, to know the great joy.
Don't worry, Tim. It happens to the best of us.
Phil, what are you talking about?
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to keep pretending. Everybody knows.
Everybody knows? I mean, I didn't tell anybody.
It's all over town, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So Marcus knows?
Oh, yeah.
And Sam?
Certainly does.
Wow. They must really be excited, especially Marcus. I'll bet he's really excited.
Oh, especially Marcus. Wait a minute. Why would Marcus be excited?
I thought you were talking about I got financial backers for the Perks show. The reality TV show is going to be able to be on.
What? No. Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. You're supposed to be filing bankruptcy and losing the cafe.
What? You know what? God's been really good to me. I mean, he's been really blessing. And the truth is, you know, I wanted to do the reality show so that everybody will know how good the Lord is. I mean, it's a great thing.
So the conversation about needing another backer.
You were eavesdropping?
Well, not on purpose, but...
Yeah, I need one more backer.
You know what? Maybe I have just the idea and just the person in mind for that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, take a seat. Let me discuss. No,
Michael,
seriously.
I know that people ask you for your advice, and you probably don't have a minute's peace, but just options. People that do believe in God and do want to and understand that what we have is from God, want to invest wisely. People that have discretionary money. Is it too late for precious metals? Has that market already peaked?
I would say no, but that said, precious metals is a pretty broad term, and it means a lot of different things. Sure. But I'm a big fan of, let's say 5 to 8% of anybody's portfolio should be involved in some kind of precious metals. Now, does that mean gold? Does that mean silver? Does it mean platinum? It can mean a lot of different things. But you know, one of the big problems there is, how do I access that market? How do I buy it? How do I store it? How do I protect myself? So the Lord wants us to be smart with our money, but he also wants us to do our homework, and let's get it right before we do it. But I believe that while we've had an incredible run in gold and silver in particular, there are a lot of different metals, and look what's happened with copper. It's nothing to see 60, 80% a year in copper. Why? Well, there's a lot of different reasons why. My point would be to anyone is to research it. Don't put all your money on the table at one time. If you were going to commit $1,000 to precious metals, I would probably tell you to commit $250 a month over 4 months. I don't know when it's high, I don't know when it's low, but you know, one of the beautiful things these days is these new exchange traded funds, ETFs. We can access products today for as little as $25 that only the rich could get near 30 years ago. I can get into foreign currencies, for example. You know, maybe that's something that might interest you. You know?
Because I was just talking with a pastor last week, and man, he just made such a good case about, and I believe the currency specifically that he talked about was the Vietnamese dong and the Iraqi dinar.
Yeah.
And just was so convincing in this argument and says, boy, you've got to do this, brother. And I said, well, you know, I'll check into it. I'll look into it. But what about foreign currency investment?
Again, it's an appropriate play if you're a knowledgeable investor, diversification, and you set it within limits of your portfolio. Just like I said, gold and silver and metals, maybe 5 to 8%. Foreign currency the same, but the world has gotten to be really small. You know, General Electric, 80% of its profits come from other countries outside of the United States. Germany has a great economy. New Zealand has a great economy. Other countries very bad. So there are a lot of opportunities within the currencies, and you can trade those markets for a lot less. You can use a smaller amount of money to actually invest in those markets, but you have to be wise. Now, the good news is there's so much information out there to help teach us, but we need financial advisors. We need people around us that aren't interested in just making a trade. They're interested in helping us out and learning what we're doing. Take baby steps. You know, I'm going to give you a baseball analogy. You know something about baseball. The guys that hit the home runs are the ones that strike out the most. I'm a singles and doubles guy, okay? I'm going to just trot along. Sometimes I'm going to ease back. The other big thing going on with our economy right now is, you know, sometimes you just have to try to not make money, just hang on to what you have. Right now is one of those times. We just got to hang on. A lot of uncertainty, political changes.
Kind of weak. First your daughter goes to college and now his place is closing?
Don't remind me.
Hey, don't worry about it. It'll be okay. You know, I'll still be here, and I need some rides. You know, I can be like your second daughter. You can take me to the mall, to the movies.
Hey, what are you doing Thanksgiving week?
I haven't thought about that yet.
You can go with me to the Macy Parade, and I can put you on my shoulders. And
It's a date.
all right. That made my day.
Okay, have
See
a
ya.
good one.
I cannot believe my show is canceled.
Your
Your
show?
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 All right, Perks, but everyone knows it was about me. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway to make matters worse. Tim is selling the cafe.
What?
Yeah, I heard. Sam told me.
Okay, well, Phil told me that you were having financial problems.
I heard that you were filing for bankruptcy.
Come on, hang on. I want to set the record straight here. Listen, these are all rumors. None of them are true.
Wait, does this mean you're not in the mafia?
I'm too pale to be in the mafia.
Told you.
And no secret government agent.
Well, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. Of course not. I mean, these are all rumors. Where are you guys getting this stuff from?
I tell you, I heard a lot of other things too, but I figured they were just ridiculous. So thanks for clearing that all up, Tim.
Sure, Dirk. I appreciate it. You know what? I was really hoping to get more of a private setting for this, but I being that it's going to affect everybody, I guess I hope you don't mind if I just tell you.
Hey, you're making me a little nervous here, Tim. What is it?
Well, Dirk, I think, the Perks show, I think you should just go ahead and do it.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate that, but I mean, it's not as easy as that, Tim. Look, I appreciate your encouragement. I really do. It means a lot to me, but I mean, I just don't have the cash.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. All these phone calls I've been making, these people, there's nothing covert, nothing illegal about it. I mean, these are just friends of mine who I thought would be interested in doing the show, and they're excited about it. And so if you want to do the show, you got the cash.
My dream isn't dead?
Well, maybe not.
Oh, and I still have a job.
Well, that's, of course, if you don't take another 3-month-long vacation.
Wait a minute, Tim. Are you serious? I mean, really?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, just a little bit ago, I got the last backer for you.
This is great!
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you'd
this
like
is
it.
going to be great, Tim!
Good.
I can't believe it! You know what I'd like to do?
Huh.
You know what I'd like to do?
What would
I'd
you
like
like
to
to do?
walk up to that last financial investor. I'd like to walk up to that last person and shake his hand.
It's good to see you, Danny. It's going to be like old times, right? It's so much fun. One big happy family. Like coming home.
Hooray.
No, really. I think it'll be good.
You've got to give me you.
It's a partnership.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Come on.
So come on in and find a friend to help you on your way. Pull up a chair and find his care. We'll be here every day in his place. Ba-ba-da-da, his place, his place, his place.
All right. Thanks for tuning in to this His Place. Yes, if you want to find out more about Michael PEULER and what's going on and maybe getting some help financially, you can always contact him through hisplace.tv. We have all the information there for him. And on the next His Place show, you want to tune in because you know what? Phil and Dirk, we've become partners in Perks, and what is that going to mean? Well, we'll find out on the very next program. Remember, go to hisplace.tv to find out all you need to know about the characters.